Hello, everybody. We're here with Tatiana Saveleva from Yandex. She is a product lead at Yandex Support AI, and she does the best to support people. She loves, of course, deep learning, as we all do, rap dance, and also dogs, and she's vegetarian. So let's see what she can tell us today about more on chatbots.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much, Christina. Yeah, I
Thank
like
you.
dogs and data science and this day, yeah, 3D. So, hello. And today I want to tell you how in Yandex, me and my team make text and voice robots that can be distinguished from humans. Yeah, about me, yeah, I'm a head of a med group at Yandex Go. Yandex Go, it's Russian Uber and Russian Uber Eats and so on. And we have the most profitable taxi company in the world and the only profitable food delivery company in the world. And why this happens? Because we think a lot about cost optimization. Yeah, and I'm the person who make the cost optimization. I'm a founder of Yandex Support AI. It's a service that optimize support, customer support, and some operation stuff. Yeah, and also I'm a tech fan. I like deep learning, neural networks, and I have my Telegram channel about it, but I tell about it later. So let's start. The goal of this presentation, yeah, what should we listen? What do we want to discuss? First of all, we want to discuss what processes are currently being automated in the industry. Yeah, so we want to talk about neural networks. It's a very important part of the automation, and we want to know how to approach it. Yeah, and we should discuss how to configure and analyze this automation. Yeah, not only neural networks is very interesting and important part of all system, but some infrastructure stuff around this. Yeah. So the first part is what processes are currently being automated in the industry. Yeah, I remind that we talk now about how we automate people labor and replacement and control of human labor. There are a lot of space for this optimization in some customer support services and operational services. And by the year of 2025, the speech technology market will grow to $30 billion. Just think about it. Yes, it's a lot. Yeah, and in Russia, in my country, in 2019 year, the Russian chatbot market grew 3 times. Yeah, it's the reality. And another interesting stream is replacement and control of human labor in video analytics. For example, my team in Yandex.Go, we make a biometry. Every driver, every morning, photo his face, and we try to analyze is it the same person that in passport or no. Yeah, and another our interesting project is about camera who detect is a driver falling asleep or not. Yeah, it's very important because let's imagine the taxi driver that drives for 12 hours. Yeah, and if he's not warned that he's tired, an accident may occur, and that can be a lot. So the video analytics market will grow from US like in five times. Yeah, and it's a lot too. So how do you understand that your process need automation? First of all, we have a large number of employees that makes the same type, same kind of work. Yeah, it's the first, alarm. Secondly, is a lot of money is spent on salaries and mistakes of people because people make mistakes, people can't follow instructions, yeah, appropriate, and that is why sometimes we need robots to make sure. And customers are dissatisfied with the service. Yeah, the problem with many services is seasonality. So it is difficult to hire so many operators that in busy hours, customer have an answer to the question in, for example, 10 minutes. Yeah, it's very hard. And logic can long time to change. Yeah, the services are changed, the rules are changed. So people, not this kind of plastic, yeah, robots is easier. So we understand that you have some system in your company, yeah, or some idea for startup. For example, I want to automate the customer support, or I want to automate the hire of people, or I want to control the people labor. Yeah, in this kind of. In this kind of in this part of industry, yeah, and neural networks for automation, it's a very important part. So how to approach it? Yeah, for example, why do you need a neural network? So the very popular misunderstanding is that neural network can solve a common problem. There are some general AI that know everything about everybody, and they can solve a common problem. For example, what should I say to client? Neural networks it's very hard for neural network to understand it without some context, without any loss. And what kind of communication should I send to driver? Yeah, it's not what we should ask neural network. What is good question? Yeah, what is the client text about? Yeah, and the driver turned away from the steering wheel. Yeah, it's a good questions. So neural networks need to solve very specific tasks. And last 4 years, it's a golden age for NLP because of pre-trained networks. Nowadays, you shouldn't just learn your network from scratch. You should get some architecture, for example, transformers, yeah, from Google, or we have our own transformers that pre-trained a huge amount of text or a huge amount of images, and after it you should train only it on downstream laws and not all network, yeah, only some layers of it, yeah. And so you should use some pre-trained network, but the most important question that you need to properly finish learning the network. For example, in the picture, you should classify different images to classes. What animal is on the picture? You can do, softmax on all these classes, yeah, but it's not very optimal because there are some cats and there are some horses, and cats more look like different kind of cats, different species of cats. They're more similar than horses, yeah, and that is why you should, for example, have the hierarchical function, yeah. And it's important for if you optimize some support stuff too. Yeah, you can see the optimization tasks and the presentation. So the main question is not how we train all the network. You already have pre-trained networks, and how to properly finish learning the network. It's the main question. Yeah, and we researched some stuff about it. So how to configure and analyze automation? Yeah, neural network is a small element in the architecture that automates people labor. Yeah, there are some another stuff, some infrastructure, monitorings, analytics, and other things. For example, you want to automate client support. So we think about how the system should look to the user. Yeah, it's the first thing. We understand the chat with the bot looks the same as chat with live operator. Yeah. Second, user rate of the chat with bot should be higher. And thirdly, the bot response should be faster than a live operator, and it's more difficult for an attacker to deceive the bot. Yeah, for example, you may see a message to our chatbot and the answer. Yeah? For example, client said the bank said that the money was withdrawn from the card twice. Understand what an outrage. Yeah, and chatbot answers, hello, I checked everything. The trip was paid by once and the money is frozen on a card and only then debited. Because of this, the bank may notify you twice about the same operation. Please check your bank statement to make sure. If you see two debited amounts there, send a scan or photo of the statement. Yeah, so first of all, what should operator do? Here is the text and determine the subject of the bill. Yeah, thematics of the text. Text is about that withdrawn from the card twice. Yeah, Then he examines the information about this taxi trip. Yeah, okay, we understand that client says that withdrawn from the card twice, but is it true? Yeah, we should look in some databases, and if you check everything and it is true, we select one of the prepared answers, taking into account the first 2 points. Human operators use only prepared answers usually. So where is neural network here? Neural network need to determine the subject of the appeal. That's all. After it, all we should do is infrastructure. And you should make the system as flexible as possible. For example, our chatbot for taxi have like 2,000 of different kind of text answers. Yeah, and you should have a lot of people to write it, to control it. So you shouldn't write it in code. You should do some interface where people can easily just edit it and a lot of different stuff. So, for example, to answer the previous message, you should understand the subject is double debit from the card and check some information. For example, if payment method is card, transaction status is success, and transaction size is like order price, only after this you can after apply some text. For example, hello, I checked everything, the trip was paid by once, the money is first frozen on the card and only debited. Yeah, and after this, before you just answer is to the client, you should analyze these rules. Yeah, the optimizations, increases, and how to edit these rules. And don't forget that we have a manager of all this project. Yeah, and you should, if you're data scientist in this area, you should do some analytics of your chatbot. Yeah, so how much money and time does the robot save the business, and how does the user rate the robot? It's very important question, and we usually do A/B tests. Yeah, we always keep some control group and some experimental group, and control group we never gave to the robot, and after robot just take an answer, we compare the set. It's some stars that a user gives to the robot and to the operator. It's a B experiment. Yeah, insights. How do I change the support logic to automate more new topics? It seems that you have new types of requests. Do you want to get answers to them? Fraud detections, who steals money through the operators, and save of promo codes, where you can reduce the compensation without changing the user's direction. Yeah, to sum up, so what we already done and Yandex Gold, Yandex Market, and Yandex Delivery, and what we want to do to other Russian and not Russian businesses. We save 70% of support funds. The user waits for a response on average 10 times less. The quality of the answer is not what the support answers, and the accuracy is like 90%. Yeah. So we already discussed what processes are currently being automated in the industry, neural networks for optimization, how to approach it, and how to configure and analyze information. Yeah, so thank you for your attention. You can text me in the Telegram. You can find me on this phone on by this nick, and I have my Telegram channel about deep learning, not some interesting stuff about deep learning because still there are archive. So subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana. That was a great talk. We learned quite a lot of things that happen in the background. We usually, as users, just see the front end user interface, and we expect everything to work out of the box, but there's always usually a lot of work behind it. Thank you for the talk and for questions. So how do you get the data for training this neural networks?
Okay, in customer support services, usually human operators answered by some text, some text that write by some content group. So we know what human operator answered, and we know what thematics, what subjects about this text was, and we just learn to the target thematics that we already know from operators' answers. So usually we don't need any markup. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Another question. Can you talk about what you believe are specifics of developing machine learning models at Yandex and for the Russian market?
Okay, yeah, for example, two parts of question. Yeah, for example, from the begin, firstly about Yandex. Yeah, Yandex is a big IT company. Yeah, it's not business like classical business companies. IT, it's like Google. So we have the dictatorship of data scientists, of DevOps, and it's very good because it's very a fast culture, and you should do things very fast. And in Yandex, we have a lot of pre-trained models. Yeah, so we have some basis, we have some infrastructure. I don't write code from zero. Yeah, I have some basis. And in Russia, Russia is very interesting country. Yeah, there are some things about Russia. First, for example, my grandmother work and construct some spaceships. Yeah, so we have very good basics in mathematics, very good mathematical school, yeah, and very good universities. And in Russia, we have a very strong IT companies. Russia is a rather poor country, but our IT is very strong. For example, me in Moscow, I can get any delivery, yeah, in just 30 minutes, yeah, and I can wait for taxi. I wait for taxi in usually like 2 minutes. Yeah, so we have a lot of modern processes in Russia. Yeah, and our market is very fast and alive, I think. Yeah, like this. So you should be fast. Yeah, and Russia is very good country to develop some technologies. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Tatiana. It was great insight. I think, yeah, for now there are no more questions. So we thank you for your talk. And we hope to see more of the products on the market when
Okay,
needed.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.